So today we're going to be checking out Station to Station. Just for full transparency, this is a sponsored stream. The devs were kind enough to sponsor the stream, so we're going to be playing it for a couple of hours, check it out, see what it is. Station to Station is a cozy railway simulation game that has some puzzle elements. It's got like a bunch of different trains, like 7 different trains, a whole bunch of different industrial buildings, and all that good stuff. It just came out on Steam, and for its initial release week, they are making it 10% off. I will have posted here on Twitch they call it a UTM link. Basically, all it happens is it takes you to Steam, but it lets you know, like, it lets the people who sell the game know that you got there through this channel. So first thing I always do whenever we're playing a brand new game is we always pop into the settings and just check out to see what accessibility stuff they've got. Now, the absence of accessibility doesn't necessarily mean there's a problem, but we got all sorts. So they got analytics. So if you don't want to provide data back to the devs to show like what people are doing and all that, you do have that choice. Yeah, if you care, click the linky. Yeah, that does help me get future things. You should show the frame rate, tutorials, so you can turn on and off the tutorials. That's nice. So once you get used to it. Cool, we've got a bunch of stuff here that's pretty straightforward. Okay, I don't really know the difference there, but that's alright. We got our music. So there's not a whole lot of accessibility stuff. Basically, the turning on the tutorials, but that's all fine. Like I said, it doesn't necessarily mean there's a problem. We don't know. Okay. So I guess we're starting in Greendale. It's our only option, and level 1 is our only option. Checks out. But yeah, so it's got like this really interesting art style to it, where it's voxel, but it's kind of like high detail voxel. So complete all 11 buildings is our objective. All right, so you got WASD, and for the record, it does not detect, as far as I can tell, alternate keyboard layouts, if that's something that you care about. Move your mouse over the building to see what it does. It produces wheat. Buildings need to be connected to a station. Press spacebar. Press spacebar or the station button to place stations. Okay, so once we put it there. And there is money as a resource, we just burnt that. Yeah, it's high-res Minecraft. Okay, press spacebar again to place a second station. Where am I putting this? Why am I putting... Oh. Okay, I see. The mill requires wheat. Click the connector on the station to connect the farm. Okay, so give us a little money. Tomb's home. We got a pizza that it comes with spicy honey, and I was like, hey, don't, like, if you pull it out, make sure you put the spicy honey packet on there, because it's not a normal thing you'd run into. And he's like, honey on pizza? What magic is this? The mill's received wheat, and you have got money. Receiving money also unlocks new buildings. Okay. Let's see. To see that it is completed, each wheat farm can only supply 1 mill. So the new wheat farm needs to be connected to a different mill than the one you've already got. Okay, so that's the case. I assume that my answers would be... Oh, I forgot to set freight. I was like, why can't I click this? Oh, weird. It makes it all like grassy and happy and all that. Okay, so now they're going to involve a more complicated route. Let's see. Tricky terrain ahead. Control the direction of the railway by clicking on the following area. Yeah, so it's a thing that I can route the trains around. First, I couldn't go through. This bridge is very expensive. Let's redirect the track through the canyon to click on the road instead. Which canyon? Oh, I see what you're saying, is instead of going up the cliffside, go there. Sure. I was looking for a canyon, I was looking for something like that. I like how pretty it makes the map as you progress. It sort of is giving me a Railway Empire 3 vibe, but not as complicated. Okay, so you produce milk, and you both need milk. So my assumption of what I could do here then is make the route go through everything. Oh, sorry. Cool. Yeah, so it's very, very Railway Empires 3, except where Railway Empires 3 you have like so much microwing and all that you have to do, like figure everything out. This seems a lot more approachable. So that's cool. So what's interesting is it tells me the money left. I wonder if that carries through the next area or not. Okay. That's... I really like this art style. I'm usually not big on the voxel kind of thing, but like when it's this really fine detail voxel, it can be very cute. Very fun. Choo-choo. Yep. Create long railroads with a combined length of over 2,200 meters and complete all 17 or 14 or whatever buildings.
Thank you, Exercide, for subscribing for 10 months.
Thank you, Zoside.
Boop.
Yeah. Thank you, Zoside, so much for the Prime Gaming sub. You've been subbed to the channel for 10 months. It's a heckin' long time, so I really do appreciate that continued support. It does mean a whole heck of a lot, so thank you so much for that. And I hope you're enjoying your advertisement-free viewing as well as access to the emotes. I'm going to have to take 2 seconds really fast just to make sure that the food actually got pulled out of the oven so it doesn't burn. So I do apologize about this quick interruption. I'll be back in as fast as I can. I'm not counting this as the part of the sponsored stream time, so I'll just go a little long. So I do apologize for that, but I think Toom is home and pulling it out, but I don't want to be wrong and start a fire, so I'll be right back. What is that time span? But what would end up happening is, you know, you'd be a person who didn't really have a lot of prospects or opportunity where you were, and you could go someplace where there were prospects and opportunity. But what would happen is, for transportation and housing and lodging and everything else, you'd have to go to the company town, because the town, like the entire town, you'd know. Why did I die?
A ticket has been submitted for medical assistance.
I don't know what happened. I got thrown forward and hit the, Okay, so sorry about that. Like, I was trying to avoid having that happen during the sponsored thing, but it was just one of those things I just really needed to make sure it happened. For those who haven't been here, this is like normally when I have my break. But my figure is like, I promised 2 hours. If I do like... Oh, there we go. If I do like 2.5 hours, okay.
No, he's the worst at the spawn con. Don't forgive him.
Hey.
I'm teasing. He's the best. He's the best.
Yeah. All right, the bakery needs...
Hi, Codename Insanity.
The bakery needs flour from this mill, but the mill needs wheat first. Okay, so just showing that there's like a chain that we go through, so...
Hi, Side.
Boom.
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 Boom. Hi, Calaria Star.
Boom.
Boom.
So, in lane to in lane.
Hi,
ship.
Curalees.
And there we go, all hooked up.
What was that?
Well, I hooked up the wheat farm to the mill to the bakery.
Is that with monies?
Yes.
Ew. I liked the way the monies flew through the air.
Okay, so city needs bread, and it needs milk and cheese and fish. Okay, so that's where we get our bread from.
You got me keys.
Uh-huh.
A night dweller. That's clever.
I missed it. We didn't play Words on Stream today because it didn't work. It's so sad. Yeah, if Words on Stream would have worked, we would have had like a much longer break. It would have been great for this. But it didn't happen.
I know, it's a poor man's tap. No, I got it. I understood it.
Wait, what? Oh, I see. Nice. Alright. So, we're getting everything hooked up. Like, the earlier ones on seem to be straightforward. Okay, so that's milk and cheese. Okay, so you need both milk and cheese.
That's what that place is called?
Yeah, it's a cheesery.
I like it. Is that a real word?
You're the one who grew up by farms.
They weren't cheese farms. They were like vineyards and almond orchards. Wow.
So the problem I have is that it's not looking like that track is going to connect the whole way. Oh, I can just connect the one. I don't need the two separate routes. Okay, that's fine. I made my first stack bonus. I don't know what that is. Oh, I guess it's for doing all things the city
Wow,
needs.
it's becoming more colorful. Did you see that?
Yeah, it's... I really like it. It's really a nice SX. So we got wheat, this. Alright, so we're just setting up another one that makes bread. We try and rotate that a little bit.
How can Eonex show their dominance over all the rest of us if we don't play Words on Stream?
Look, sometimes it's just the reality we live with. Alright. With this many new buildings, you can hold... it can be hard to maintain good overview. Press tab to view the incomplete buildings. Oh, that's kind of cool.
Oh gosh, Eonex emojis are violent. So what's the name of this game? Who's sponsoring you?
This is Station to Station. And the gist of the game is... It's you kind of set up your production lines and all that.
Yeah.
But, it's kind of like a cozy chill game. Like, there's other games that do similar mechanics.
Uh-huh.
But a lot of them are, like, really involved.
Huh.
And so I'm actually really liking this one where I don't have to sit there and, like, fight to get each, like, rail to make sure it has, like, the proper balance of production and
Yeah.
all that kind of... Oh, I need to put our station down here.
Station to station.
Take it down there. Goes to the valley there. Okay.
Rocks cross each other.
We'll check in the next level. I actually don't know.
Oh, yay. Oh, there's levels.
Oh, there was the special challenge of if I put enough tracks.
Oh, you were so close.
I'll do that in the next one. We'll try it. Okay. So it seems kind of like puzzle-ish without being like hard puzzle-ish. Like it's, you can kind of sit there and more than 2,000 meters of track.
That's cute.
End the level with at least $500 left.
That's cute. It kind of looks like Minecraft.
Yeah, it's like voxel, but like high detail voxel.
Yeah.
So I've got the wheat, I got the flour.
Eunuch asserts dominance via impressive emotes. Look at that.
Eunuch does have pretty impressive emotes.
I don't. Puppy. My subscription to ran out.
And why don't you renew it?
That costs monies.
We technically get half of it back.
It goes to Twitch.
Wife doesn't even support the channel. I see how it is. Indirect connections to save the railway costs. This bakery can receive flour indirectly via the station. at the wheat farm since it already is connected to the mill.
Yay, mill.
Okay.
Yay, colors!
So we've got the dairy farm. Yeah, it's showing me that I could just daisy chain things on forever.
Lobbies!
No. So I wonder if we are gonna have like a throughput limit on the rail line eventually. This cheesery now receives milk from the dairy farm because they are connected to the same network. Yes. Long as it. Hey, I played this during Steam Next Fest. Very neat, chill game. Oh yeah, I tried to play it in the Steam Next Fest, but I had problems with my video drivers at the time, and this was like one of a handful of games that couldn't work. So now connect the fishery docks to the city, to the network. Display everything at once. Yep. So we can go here. There we go. And we need a station there. Cool. Yeah, so I don't think the trains actually moving anything really matter. They're just cosmetic, so much as you have the logistics set up. I could be wrong about that, which is fine to me. Like I said, I kind of enjoying the fact that this game doesn't require me to have... Ooh. You are all sorts of an interesting layout. Alright, let's just see if what we can do with this. So, drop station there. Station here. Plug a station over there. Put a station here. Go in here. And here. Alright. So now it's time to start connecting everything. Bend is too tight. Okay. But yeah, it's a solid game. Can I get a shout out for Long Claw, by the way? So we got the fun challenge done. Did I get the railway like length challenge? I don't know if I did. I did! Yay! We did all the bonuses. For those who don't know Longclaw, absolutely fantastic content creator on the platform. Been playing a lot of Baldur's Gate 3 lately, so if that's your jam, you can go find it over there. Yeah, so actually I take that back. Oh, the combined length without creating more. So I just say you need to make it more efficient. Yeah, I'm not worried about like getting all the challenges. I'm trying to like kind of see what the game has, and then what I'd probably do is I'd circle back and like knock out levels like. So $700 complete without placing any bridges. Okay. So we've got the windmill and the bakery. Once the railroad is complete, you cannot edit the railroads connected to the stations. Okay. If you get stuck, press escape and reload checkpoint. Gotcha. So it is warning that, like, once you commit to a railroad, you're committed. Where is your... There we go. So I got to get the flour there. Is there another bakery I'm missing? No, there isn't. Okay. So I've got to get that all the way over here. Okay. And work with this. And just like that, that's all those connected. Alright. So am I hooking these all up to? So you need milk. Okay, it's... Alright. So we'll want to have this one pointing down that way. This one will be pointing up this way. This one's that way. That one's also that way. Alright. So with that, we take this one from the outside lane over here. Actually, we can work with this easy. I was like, oh, let me zigzag. It's like, wait a second. I blocked off both the lanes in that one. I have to build another station. I can't. Well, actually, let's see. There's the other question of if I can cross. Ah, so it has to make a bridge. You can cross, but it's expensive. It's more expensive than just shoving down another train station. Alright, so we finished the star challenge. I really like the simplicity of these puzzles so far as, like, they're straightforward. There's no, like, oh no, there's this big upset. The competitor has shown up and all that sort of stuff. Yay, we did all the things. Like, I like that there's no guesswork about it. Like, they just put down the buildings. It's like, okay, I'm gonna have 2 or 3 rounds. Like, don't get me wrong, the positioning could probably get things wrong. So end the level with at least $900. Save a total of $300 by using cards. Okay, so there's a card mechanic. Cards. Use cards to reduce the cost of railroads, like new buildings. Cards can be obtained after connecting resources. There are many different cards, each with their own unique things. Railroads cost half as much price. Bridge is unchanged. If enabled, consumes the card the next time a railroad is connected. Okay. So the idea is I'd use this thing. And smack that over there. So that I build a long railroad on the cheap. Cheap bridges. So they've forced me to have to build over here because the game is teaching me the mechanics. So far, all the beginning part has been teaching mechanics as what it's doing. So let's do that. All right. So what do I need to do? Alright, so I've got a lot of stuff going on here. So the first one I think we do, so it's cheap rails or bridges. So let's put this train station right around here. Do cheap rails in that. cheap rails in this. So 2 more cheap rails. That one we'll leave alone. So I have a station here. I have a station there. A station here. And then those could all connect down to this spot. A station there. It's getting complicated. I mean, that's the idea, though. Is they add mechanics as you go along in these games. So what do we think? So bridges, I don't really have a need for a bridge right now. That'll be fine. So the cheap rails, I think this is one of our longest ones here. That one's not that bad. Cheap rails. Okay. Alright, so we can put this one here and do cheap rails to there. So let's check. So either way, I'm going to put train station around here. If we do cheap rails, that costs 33 bucks. If we do cheap bridges, that's 43 bucks. So I'm just going to go like that. Alright, so cheap bridge is going to happen on this one. Okay, just checking to see if it's going to give me another card. Okay. Yeah, so what I'm learning with this one is this one's more about like setting up the logistics within constraints of money. So it's not like Railway Empire where, you know, you have to sit there and like figure out the throughput of your different lanes, how you're going to do that, deal with the story elements of the game and the competitors and all that kind of stuff. It's not puzzle, but it's kind of in the puzzle-ish area. I'm really liking this because I don't have to sit here and spend, you know, 6 or 7 hours just figuring out how the heck to play the game kind of thing. It's very intuitive and straightforward. They give you challenge and all that for this. They do have custom games, which I'm curious what that's going to be like. We'll check that out here at some point during this. I definitely want to check out that aspect. The end of the level have at least $400 left. Find and click on 4 dromedaries, which is like a camel. Stack bonus. If a new railroad supplies multiple buildings at once, you earn a stack bonus. This requires you to connect all the buildings in an illogical order. Give it a try. Okay. Generate the largest possible stack bonus by connecting the steelworks last. Look, I gotta find the wildlife first. This is important. Yay, I clicked on all the camels. Can you move the camera a little? It obscures something? Oh, Yeah, I can move the camera. So it's not really obscuring anything too major. It's just these buttons down here. Okay, so what they're saying is connect to this last. So they've got steel and coal. Yes, I got a coal mine and a tool factory that produces steel. You got the iron ore. They'll do cheap rails here. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. I did not build the other train station. So it has places that wants me to put these first. Okay, now it's like connect it here for the stack. So it wants you to make like obscure connections, which cost you money, but then you get bonuses that make you money. But then you also have the added problem of you get in your own way. Now try it yourself to make more stack bonus by planning the order in which to connect the buildings. So you give me coal, you give me iron, you give me steel, and you give me tools. Alright, so in this case, we're gonna go here. Why are you being weird about this? Oh. That track is okay. So we got cheap bridges in 2 places. Yes, you can bridge up here and I can bridge up there. Alright. So there's gonna be more we get over here. Alright. So we have you need water. So you need water and tools, and you give us water. Okay. This kind of sucks. I really wish I had left lanes open on those. Okay, so you're good. I can run the rail around there for here. I have no choice but to go over there with the bridge. I didn't leave myself enough room to get around it. At build by train station. Okay. So yeah, so it's interesting that we're getting like more and more puzzle-ish mechanics kind of thing. All right. So I imagine you probably go through the whole campaign, and you get that, and then you do the custom game for just more randomized stuff. Have at least $900 left. Create a railway that connects 3 or more resources at once and costs no more than $70. Okay. Heavy freight train, goods are worth 50% more. Bridges cost less. So we've got the stuff here. All right. So there's where we get our tools, and that's the last spot. So we'll plan to put you here, you there, you here, you there. There is a path for me to sneak that around. You here. And you there. I'm not gonna worry about the cheap bridges right now. The bottom to bottom. It'll probably be cheaper to just bridge this over the top. Okay. Is that... Oh, it was basically saying I did the star objective already. Okay. So it's kind of trying to figure out which routes are worth the most to do that. Okay, and where am I taking all these goods? I'm just connecting them all? Because coal, yeah, so this produce, well actually, no, I take that back. Alright. See, that's the thing making tools. Yeah, so these two make tools, that's where our steel is going. So we're going to try and do this in a pretty illogical way. Because the game was definitely being like, yo, don't do this in a way that makes sense. Because that's not how you get money. Alright, now we can connect this one. Alright, so the longest route for the train... It's gonna be this one. Okay, so we'll go like this. Then we cheap bridges. Then we do that. Cheap rails. Okay. And then we go over here. All right. So this ridiculously elaborate, like, roundabout way of doing all this. I was curious because that could serve both of these. All right. So I'll bridge over to that one, and we'll rail over to this one. So this will just be a normal one. So cheap rails will tie into there. Cheap bridges, we'll just do this. Cool. And I did not remotely hit the amount of money it wanted. So I definitely did not do that the ideal way. Okay. So it's one of those things that feels like winning the level, like just getting to the other side, is not really that, you know, like that difficult to just win to move on. Whereas to do the bonus objectives is where the real challenge is. I appreciate that, because otherwise you can get like stuck on a level and just like get frustrated with it. Make $800 without placing a single freight train. Okay. Passengers have arrived. Connect a city to another city using a passenger train to create a passenger connection. These connections earn twice as much money, but they can only be direct connections. They cannot transport resources. A city only needs one passenger connection to be completed, but more connections earn more money. Okay. Curious. I can see where this goes bad really fast. All right. Let's see, this city can be directly connected to another city, then all cities will be directly connected to each other, which will earn extra money. There, so we've got them mostly connected from the inside loop. Okay, that's not what I wanted to see. That complicates things a lot, actually. Okay. It's really not what I wanted to see. I think it can work with it, though, because I can make this the cargo line over here, and then this will be a separate cargo line. So, cheap rails, because that's going to be our long run. Can I after the fact change? No, so I was curious if I could make that into a luxury one. Okay. So how's this work? So we're trying to connect everything up with like the different logistics and all that. And like different buildings have different needs. It's sort of puzzle-ish. While also not being super puzzly. How do I want to... Sorry. So trying to connect everything up. So, okay. So grab you. Connect you through here. Connect you through there. Connect you through here. There's a freight lane for over here. So cheap bridges. So there's the cargo going through there. Oh. There's cargo going around that way. Alright. So we've got more fish, more water to deliver. That's actually not going to be that bad because they already have a fully connected system on that end. So we can just go boom. Add a stop here. Add a stop there. And I just go down to that one. Down to that one. And now the whole network's hooked up. It's funny because it feels like you're deliberately designing it to be less efficient. And you're being rewarded for it. Which is kind of a fun way of doing this, because like almost all the games in these types of genres, like it really is about normally like, trying to make it as efficient as possible. So it's kind of fun to go the other direction with it. And being like, let me route this like through this like really scenic path, and then getting in your own way and going, okay, how do I resolve this? Alright, end the level with at least $1,000. Make 2 railways cross each other 3 times. Why? Why would I want to do that? Alright, so we've got the coal up here. Alright, that's fine. Just as a precaution, I'm going to actually set this up where we have extra rail... No extra routes free. Same here, I'm going to try and plan this where there's extra routes free that I can get at. Because the feeling that's more and more of an important thing is trying to deliberately make stuff so it could be Alright, let's change this whole route. Let's say I'll tuck it over here. I wanted to leave that other one open, but... let's save that for now, because we're probably going to end up sending stuff through the tools. Okay. Yeah, so basically what's happening is this will say I have iron, or I have coal, I have iron ore, I need those 2 things to make steel. And then I'll get a building that says, okay, you have steel, I need this, yeah, like down here. This says I need steel to make tools, and this is I need tools and water to make passengers, and I need water, or like I just make water. I already see where I'm gonna have the extra connections. That's a straight shot. We'll just leave that the way it is. And we can go ahead and drop you off. Alright, so I don't have a really good station for reaching up here. So I'm thinking I'm going to have to crisscross. So we'll grab these 2. Oh! Railway crossings and cheap rails. Just do everything. And freight. No, it's all about coloring the world. Yeah, as you complete stuff, it turns the world from it's like muddied to being like far more vibrant, which is kind of a good way of just knowing what you've already hooked up, kind of thing. Okay, so we've got a lot of coal and iron and all that. All right. Alright, so we've got one up here. And a rail train station put there. Got one way over here. Which we can work with pretty easy, actually. So I'm thinking what we'll do is we will do inside to outside. That way if I have to get anything in the middle here, I've got these connections. Versus if I have to get anything down here, I have these connections. So I'm taking advantage of having one way and one the other. I'll do the same over here as well. This will be a cheap rails. Because I gotta snake it around a little bit. There we go. Okay, so I have to connect the three things with passenger lanes. Oh, mixed trains. That's interesting, so I can do both. Okay. I don't think I actually need that, but that's pretty cool. Alright, so let's put you there for getting all that set up. You can go here, same deal. You're just gonna pop down there, you're just straight up freight, no surprises on that one. Me to shove that like right there. And you're already hooked up. Okay. So. We have cheap bridges. Gonna do that here because I'm not really gonna be able to get around that very easily. That'll be a freight line. And I could make mixed train. Actually, do I want to do a mixed train right here? Yeah, we do a mixed train here. That'll connect that up and let the passengers go through. Nah, it's fine. There's freight. Okay. So I can go here, Hit that one. Get that. I want you to be passengers. I guess that, oh right, because it has to be direct. It can't go through anything else. That's right. Okay. So with that said, this is gonna be terrible. It's gonna be really terrible. So let's choose railroad crossing. Just slam that sucker right in over there. It's just gonna have to be luxury. I don't really get a choice around it. You got cliffs and all that over here. Alright, that's definitely not the best. We're not gonna hit any of the extra milestones. We just basically finished the level. But that's those things going in not knowing what to expect in the level. I'm sure after you play it 2 or 3 times and you get an idea, like I'm sure there's a randomization around it. But or there probably is a randomization around it. But like figuring that out, oh, I want to get the Ko-Fi. Oh, never mind, that's a separate bot. I want to disable the Ko-Fi. But as a reminder, if you are like enjoying this game, like it's going, I know I'm like zoning in on the puzzle side of it, so I'm sorry if I'm not talking as much. I am getting absorbed into it, so I do apologize about that. But no, it's definitely a fun game. So the end of level is at least $1,000 left. Create a railroad 5 connects resource once completed. Okay. I'm intrigued about what would happen to my hair. The violet dye booster is pink. I'm so confused of what that is about and came from. All right, so we do have these 2 up here. I see. All right, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna put one here. Oh, you said earlier dyeing your hair? Yeah, I apologize if I lost it. Like I'm getting like really absorbed in trying to like figure out the puzzles of this game. Yeah, there's only one way to find out. This is true. With any experiment, there's only one way to find out, and that's to run the experiment. Okay, and you got another one way down here. Alright, so this is going to be the tricky one. So you've got 2 routes here. So plan for this to be the mixed route, since it's so far out of the way. So that's the mixed route. That'd be the luxury route. So I've got our cities connected now. Okay. Oh. Before we continue, let's figure out what we even have adding. Okay, that's actually really not that bad. That'll be nice and easy, because we go... There's no room for them to really put any more down there, so outside to outside. Great route. Get those 2 connected. Get that connected. That may have been a mistake. Yeah, no, I can still work around it. It's fine. I'll just loop that around that way. I don't think there's really a right answer for that. Alright, so now the big one, which is connecting this one and connecting this one. Cheap bridges. Mountain train, a special train that earns extra money based on the height difference between stations. Okay. Mountain train. Cheap bridges. Alright, got more ore and stuff all over the place. Don't put a city up there. Alright. So we got cheap bridges and then a bunch of heavy freight trains. So I'm not using the heavy freight trains as much as I need to be. That's one problem I have. Because I've been kind of trying to wait for them to be the ones that hook up to the cities. Let's see. So I've got that one. I need a heavy freight train hooking up here, and then that's already mixed lane. So I need a train station over this way. Plug you in over here. And plug you in over there. And over here. Sure looks like a roller coaster. Let's see. If your CD device, it doesn't have an optical drive, don't shove it in there. Just leave a mess. I'm missing something. It's fine. Okay, so the longest route's going to be the one going down here, I think. Nah, it won't be. So we'll take this one and connect it straight to there. Cheap rails. Oh, this is gonna be a bridge situation. No, actually, yeah, this is gonna be a bridge situation. So just go right for bridges. And you're already hooked up by freight, so I don't even need to do anything with that one. And connect you here. And you're not connected. I didn't connect this in an intelligent way. Cheap rails. You're missing water. I thought you were connect up to the grid here. Oh, that's a passenger line. That's right. Okay. I'm missing you over here. I keep failing to notice ones I'm missing, even though they're like pulsing icons. Okay. So I got the fund objective complete, but I didn't connect 5 resources at once. You missed free bread, pizza and breadsticks? No, I missed free pizza and breadsticks. No, how did I miss free pizza and breadsticks? What is this tragedy I've suffered? I got distracted by video games, the story of my life. Just getting really into this, I'm sorry. I mean, I've got pizza here. Toom warned me it's actually pretty spicy, which surprises me, but I'm excited. I'll worry about, like, I'll probably find something chill to play after this, and while I'm playing something chill, I'll actually catch up with my food. Alright, so we're in $1,000 bucks. Yeah, so, just to give, like, my feedback so far, and what we've got going on. Also pull up like their verbiage to tie in the stuff. So I'm enjoying that this is a cozy game. I'm enjoying that I don't need to like pull up a wiki or something to just figure out how to play. I'm happy I don't have to sit and be like, oh, I've got 2 trains going on this rail and 1 train going on that rail, and let me try and switch this over, and then trying to figure out like the management and how to deal with all that. Those games can be fun. Like I enjoy those games as well, but I'm liking that it's not this. It's more going, okay, I need to connect these, and this is the order that'll get more money out of it. So it's not like, it's weirdly not about hyper efficiency of what makes sense in the real world about like connecting this train route, having an equal distribution on your network and all that kind of stuff. I'm really enjoying that's like, okay, if I make this go this roundabout way, I get extra cash because there's a stack bonus and all that kind of stuff. So that's where the puzzle element gets in. It feels like you can get through the levels fairly easily from what I'm seeing so far. Now, granted, I expect them to get harder, so I don't know how hard it gets. But I like that just the minimum bar of I got through the level is pretty easy to handle. Whereas where it goes like these challenges, like don't spend over this amount of money, do this elaborate thing. That those are the ones you're gonna have to sit there and go, okay, what is the order I can do to make this happen? So I'm really liking that. They said that there's 19 different unique buildings that do like different industries. So we've seen like the coal, the steel, the iron ore, we've seen the water, we've seen wheat, we've seen flour, we've seen a bakery. You've got your cities. I don't know if they count those in the industry or not because they're not really that. You got like fisheries. So you got all that kind of stuff. You made me think about the kind of android, like what kind of food they might eat. Oh, you're talking about the food stuff. You got all sorts of like different locomotives. I actually haven't been paying that close attention to locomotives. I've been just getting caught up in all that. So I've been enjoying that. Right now we're doing the campaign, which is like all that. I definitely want to make sure, like maybe the last half hour or so, that I do the custom game just to see what the custom game mode is like. Because I suspect what happens is you play through the campaign, you finish it, and then you move on to the custom mode. Because it does feel like the campaign's probably one of those things that, so cutting down the trees costs money. I figured as much. Okay, so it's like there's not a complicated system here yet. Yeah, so there's the algebra. Okay, I make my railway longer, which costs more money, or do I lob through the forest, which costs more money? In that case, it looked like it's straightforward. Okay, so we're getting a whole bunch of new industry here. Like, we've got furniture store now up there. So we're gonna connect all that. Sorry, kinda got chat lost the food. Hey, that is A-okay. I know that there's no more important topic than what's for dinner. Alright. Despite my natural sense being like, no, we gotta cut down the hecking trees, I'm going to try to not cut down the trees. Or at least cut down as little as possible, because I'm curious about this. Alright, so first of all, cheap railways is definitely the long route up here. Okay. So connecting that's the one we're gonna get the big kick out of money. So what we'll do here... Alright, so with this, you don't need anything but the milk here. Now, granted, I could bridge up here and go down that way. That connects the entire network back here. We'll do that. I'm hoping when we get the cards, we'll get another freight one that can connect that freight. Nope. It's fine. So far we managed to not tear down any trees. Okay, and they do want to have a passenger line. All right. So what I think we do to facilitate the passenger line is this. This will be your passenger line here. So I'll have to cut through trees if we go that way. So this very plainly is going to be like that. Cheaper bridges. Like this. Okay, and when we connect down here, that's when we'll want to use the freight heavy. All right. So if we go that way, I gotta cut down trees. And I didn't really leave myself enough room to like sneak around this route because I had planned to use the bridge to go up and over that way, and then I realized like this one's like I have to use a bridge kind of thing. Yeah, so that's a passenger one. Okay, so I'm gonna have to do some hooking up here. No, don't do it from there. We'll do it from here. Alright, so this is the one that's not going to be efficient. How much is it going to cost me to go over there? It's going to cost me my soul is what it's going to cost. My literal soul. Oh, wait. It's such a shame that I turned that way and I didn't put it along here, because I had debated putting on that side to begin with. Because if it was up and down, I could have snuck that along the side there. Ooh, that's me punishing myself. Because that's all hooked down. I gotta get the freight route hooked up. Going that way is just as expensive, isn't it? That is a horrifically inefficient route. Well, we didn't do any challenges in that one. Okay, so let's go ahead and try the next level. Yes, this game is definitely a jam. As a reminder, it is available on Steam for 10% off right now for its release week. Let's see, end of the level 500. Remove exactly 15 trees with a single railroad. Okay. Free tree removal. All right. So I have to cut through those trees. Yeah, how dare nature. Yes, this This is those ones that's going to make me cut to the trees. That's fair. The trees deserve it. They know what they did. Okay. So, this one would have to cut through the trees here, or we make a bridge down, which I'm assuming we cut through the trees. Perfect challenge for Rual. Yeah. So this one's straightforward here. We just connect that straight on. Nothing fancy. So with this one, that's $70 in tree removal up there. That's $40. So So 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, why are you blocked? Challenge accomplished. We've done it, chat. We successfully murdered a whole lot of trees. Alright, so let's put one railway station here. And one there. It'll do the same thing where I go crisscross over. Now we have our passengers hooked up. Alright. That'll set up. It almost would have made sense to, and I wish I had done this before, but one of these is the passenger lane and one of those is the other lanes. Like, just double up the rails. The only been watching for 2 minutes, but I'm guessing this is more puzzle game than Railroad Econ. It's not an econ game. You are correct. It does have a bit more in the puzzle elements than econ. Like, there is money, but it isn't like juggling your different logistics and all that. And I was saying I actually appreciate that it is that way. Just because there are a lot of really good ones that hit that econ like niche. It's kind of nice having something that's different. So cheaper rails. Cheaper rails. Alright, I should have waited to do that one, but it's fine. So that one did give me a bridge. So first we're going to do a free tree removal because I don't really have a route I can take that's not just going right through the middle of woods, so goodbye trees. Connect that up. We will do cheap bridge. Connect that up. Free tree removal. Alright, I mean... So the problem I'm running into is I need a freight line to connect these two, the bridge between the two sides. I don't have any more free tree removals. I have road crossing. Ah, it's blocked. That's what the issue is. Like, I didn't catch that when I built that, when I built it too close to that rail. Alright. So that's already connected up here, so we might be able to get away with this by just... make a bridge down. I don't really want to. Bridges are expensive, but... I think I kind of cornered myself. Does it hate when you run out of gas, whether it's a lighter or Vespin gas? Yeah, you need more Vespian gas. That said, if I wouldn't have had to do that bridge, I probably would have gotten the fun challenge done. But I didn't do it. Yeah, no, it's got some puzzle-esque elements to it. There is figuring out how to set up your logistics, but no, it's not like figuring out the throughput of your railways and balancing it and all that kind of stuff. And I really appreciate that. I like those games that you have to do all that balancing, but it's fun to have something that's just not that. Okay, so we are going to have to use bridges no matter what I want to do because there are rivers on this one. Okay, so how do I want to go about this? So that one's straightforward, so you don't have to think too much about it. Heavy freight. Oh, I see. If I cut straight across it very, very narrowly, it makes the bridge way cheaper. Which makes sense. It's a shorter bridge. Alright, so it's going to drop in my new building. So we got another town. Oh, good. A mixed route. So put your train station there. Use the free tree removal. No, he won't use the free tree removal there. Yeah, no, he will use the free tree removal to get that down there and then bridge it that way. Okay, so put you there. Put you over here. That'll be a 1 in, 1 out. And then we'll have you here. So we'll start by doing free tree removal, cheap rails, because that's probably our longest route here. Then do that one. Then do this one. You'll be the heavy supplies. And then that's the mixed rail. Oh, I should have lined it up straight. It's too late. I could have made that cheaper. So free water bridges, cheap rails. Okay. Yeah, so no matter what, these are gonna have to be things I worry about. I forgot to build a train station. Alright, so cheap rails here. Honestly, it'd be cheaper if we just put in our station here than we try and route around it. Oh, I can't delete the station. I just realized my mistake with that. It's too late. It's already committed. I don't think this will bridge across there because they're not technically on the same network. That's okay. It's already done. Can't take it back. So that's the freight lines. If I would have made that a passenger line, it would have been fine. You need the water bridge and all that stuff, so let's do this. What we're gonna do is just plunk that right up there. Oh, I didn't need both. That was a free bridge. It's fine. I already committed. Alright, so to hook this up to the freight, this is like really it. So I fortunately still need a passenger line. I know where to begin with that, because I can't cut across there. Yeah, so we did not do a good job on that one. I definitely just didn't do that right. I had two trains I put down without really considering what I was doing, and both of them hurt me pretty bad. Alright, so we got 4 and 5. Alright, earn 1,000 and a single large lock. Alright. But yeah, no, very genuinely, I'm like really enjoying this game. Do I think it's a game we'll get hundreds and hundreds of hours in? Probably not. But that's true of most games that are like puzzle-like in nature. That kind of like once you've gotten through the puzzle, you know, it's kind of where it's at. Still waiting for the pizza and breadsticks. Yeah. Okay. So we want to be careful about how much we cross the water. I only get one free water bridge. And I don't have a thing to make bridges cheaper. I do think this is going to be like a one and done, that we're not going to get any new buildings. So we're kind of just aware of what we're in for right from the go. So I've got that one. Okay. This one, free tree removal because we're just slamming across an entire forest. Alright, so this one gets me a free water bridge. So I had to pay that part of it. So got all that, cheap rails. All right. Cool, so level complete and all that. All right, so we've been playing the campaign so far. What I think I want to do is for the last part of the sponsored segment is let's leave the campaign for a minute and check out a custom game. So let's say level size very large, biome random, regular cliffs. We'll leave that alone. Industry, prices and difficulty. So we'll leave it at this. So let's choose university because I have no idea. So basically I just made like a large map that's got a bunch of stuff. Because I'm just kind of curious what the custom game is even like, because that's the one thing I haven't touched. The campaign felt like very straightforward, almost like vaguely like puzzle game, but like not strictly you have to get the exact answer. There's like a lot of wiggle to it. Okay, so we got a university that needs a bunch of students. They've got water everywhere, and a city produces students. I may have stepped in over my head. Oh man, this is going to require so many bridges. I feel like I've definitely stepped in over my head. Alright, this is the passenger lane. This lane, passengers only. This lane is the freight lane. So freight. Oh. Interesting. Okay. That doesn't work at all like I thought. That's going to be really rough, because I'm going to have to get a rail between the cities. That's fine. We'll worry about that when we get there. Passenger terminal station. Place one free station where passengers can transfer to another train, allowing indirect connections between cities. Must be near a city. I have a feeling we're not going to do well in this one, by the way. Because it's definitely, as far as tech... I knew it was like, half the things we're looking at, it's like, oh, I'm definitely going to go right in over my head and be punished for it. Alright, so we have the water towers and all that. We got another city up here. Oh, those are not cheaper rails, they're railway crossings. Here, mixed rail. Yeah, these ones like weird plateaus and all that. No. I was hoping I could like sneak it close enough that I could count as the ledge below, but looks like I'm gonna have to build a bridge here. There's no ramp up to this place. And you're unhappy about students. Taking the food train could get, let's see. Folks in that city have to take the elevator down the cliff to get to the station. Yeah. That's what you gotta do. Alright, what I think we're gonna do is I definitely popped in over my level. I'm gonna actually go ahead and I'm gonna exit that one. I'm just gonna choose one of the goods we know about. Because you'll spend so long just figuring out how to do that. We'll make it farming. We've done farming. So we're gonna jump in there because I'm like, I don't know about the student things and all that. Does play more like more the puzzle than a sim? Yes. I would say it is more puzzle than a sim. It's not about like balancing the load on rails. It's not about like figuring out the most efficient path. The game actually does give you bonuses for going like out of your way on some stuff. So the random tile seems real janky. I'm wanting to try like the regular cliffs, random. Maybe it's like let's go desert. A desert farm. I'm trying to see if I just keep getting the tile set that's the gimmick, is it's all mountainous. Okay, so it is always fairly mountainous in the custom. Okay, that's fine. I just wanted to see. All right, so we've got a city up here that needs all that. So we got city and city. So we got 2 cities here. So what I'm going to do here is we're going to put 1 rail over there. I think I can get away without that counting as a bridge. Oh, there's no passengers. That's right. That's right. So the wheat is way the heck down there. That's a really high cliff down to a low spot, so that'll give us extra. We'll bridge it like that. So let's see if I can't inch this around. Yeah, it seems like the custom mode is a lot more just dealing with issues in the terrain than anything else. It's just like all the terrain is just so messed up here. So put one here, put one there. Put this here. Put it there. There's like a little pocket of hole there. Alright, so we can hook that up. There's also an our business down here, so let's pop this down there. And now, money. Alright, so it's like the putting the connections in like different orders. That's an inconvenient city. Alright, so highest to lowest will probably be that building down there. So let's grab this train station and plunk it down here. Let's say cheap bridges. Then mountain train. Okay. We can hook that up. Try and snake this around like that. Put a bridge up here. That connects all of that. So all this end will be all hooked up. This city is going to be a bit of... Well, actually, no, the city won't be that bad. We'll wait to do that one to last, though. So we get the biggest multiplier we can. Alright. No problem. Thank you for the lurk and all that. That's like to confuse people. English has visited Germany? Gotcha. And I apologize that I'm like losing track of chat a lot this stream. Like just the figuring this out is like really like mentally absorbs me. Which like that's a sign that's not a bad game in any way, because like the fact that I get like caught up being like, okay, I want to do this, like how can I get around this problem, like all that kind of stuff. Those are fun issues to have. It's just as a content creator, you need to make sure you're still like talking and engaging your audience and all that. And I keep finding myself just like zoning into the game, going, oh wait, crap. Here we go, straighten that out a little. No, actually, we'll go like that. So freight connect over there. We got all that over there. You'll be connected last. Got that connection down here. We will connect like this. This will be our cheap rails. Okay, gotta connect this route over. Probably your best bet. There's a whole bunch more money. Yeah, so it feels like this one is just hooking up. Like, it feels like just doing the farm without the passengers and all that isn't, like, too bad difficulty-wise. Like, difficulty-wise isn't too bad, whereas you can turn on more and more stuff to make it worse and worse for yourself. Let's connect that to that. Make that a freight route. Okay, so the next city is down there. Has to be a tricky one to work with. And now it can go like this. And trying to position these so if I do want to expand the network later, that is an option. Or if I need to expand the network later, not if I want to. Okay, so everything has a station by it now. Alright. So let's start hooking these up. I've got 3 instances of cheap bridges, 1 cheap rails, and a heavy freight. So you can go ahead and pop that in there. I see. So in that case, we'll go this way. It's fine, I got a lot of these cards. I'll do cheap rails over to this one. So that'll probably be one of my more expensive rails. Okay, so I've got all that hooked up. Okay, hook up the freight on this side. That's a pretty long rail there. And then connecting this should hook up the whole network. Alright. Now is that the level done, I'm guessing? Cool. Does give me extra information. Okay, so that was just hooking up the whole thing. Now we did that on like probably some of the easiest settings so far as like with the farming and all that kind of stuff. So kind of looking at what we've got with the game. Like, so they got all the aesthetics around the trains and that's really cool. I actually really like this sort of like high fidelity voxels. So it's still like voxels, but they've got much smaller ones. So it kind of has like, has a pretty nice art style too. Like that's clearly a horse. You can make it out with that. The windmill's kind of interesting. But, so they have their 2 modes that you can play. They have, like, their campaign where you go through. And this is, like, more of a direct puzzle game kind of mode. Where you, like, you click on it, they go, here, accomplish objectives X, Y, and Z. And you have, like, just winning the level. like to get to the next level, that seems to be very easy. Whereas then the fun challenge and the star challenge, you know, are kind of all over the place, where some of them are easier, some of them are harder. So I actually kind of think that it's in a good place as far as its difficulty goes, where you're not going to just get stuck on a level where you can't play the rest of the game because like one level's giving you difficulty. But then we want to go down to like get the really challenging of doing all the objectives you can. So I appreciate that. They've got a bunch of variety of different industry buildings in there. They've got 19 of them is what they've got in their statistics. I'm going to snooze those ads. But they got like 19 different like industry buildings and all that. They're all like kind of cool looking and all that. As you can see, like the windmill is kind of cool. You got the train station's really nice looking. So they've got all that kind of stuff going on. They do have a custom game, so like once you finish the whole thing, that this feels like you can make it as hard or as easy as you want. And I'm assuming that very small to very large, the difference of those is going to be very small is very fast. Like you just go in there, you solve like the 1 or 2 steps, and then you're done. Versus very large, you saw like there kept being more and more steps for me to do. The biome, I don't know if that has much of a difference other than aesthetics. The cliffs obviously would be like around the taller cliffs would have bigger costs. You can choose your industry, which stuff like the university look like is very involved. The ones at the passengers look like they're pretty involved. Whereas like the farming seemed like it's straightforward and the wood seems like it's straightforward. You can make it more difficult or easy. So that's nice that if you're still enjoying the game but you kind of played out the puzzle, it kind of just generates puzzles. So that's good. It definitely leans way more on the figure out like the puzzle side of it than on the econ. Like it's not like Railway Empires 3 where you're like load balancing your different rails and have to deal with your competitors and all this overhead. It's definitely way more on the cozy side, and I appreciate that. There's a bunch of different genres that are kind of going through the same thing where it feels like often keeps going for like the more detailed, the grittier, the more difficult, the more nuanced. Like sometimes you just want a chill game that you can sit down there and like just tinker with the buildings. The game felt very, very intuitive. Like, yeah, they told me how to like hook up the stuff, but I didn't have to sit there and be like, okay, when it says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, how does this even work? Or what does this mean? Like, you don't have to do that like you do when they get into the games that have like a lot of that depth and like they try and do all that nuance. And there's times that it's fun to do those things, and there's times like, you know what, I don't want to have to sit here and read a wiki on just how to interact with the game. So I appreciate that it's very easy to get into. They do have a no money mode if you just really just want to build trains and watch cute trains moving around as well. They do have more updates coming that are going to be adding at least 5 more levels, more cards, more mechanics, buildings types, like all that. They've got like information around that they've got coming out. The game did come out this week, and they have been so kind as to sponsor the channel, and I really do appreciate that they'd be willing to, you know, throw some money to make this happen, because it helps me continue to full-time stream, and I hope they get their money's worth out of what, you know, like people watching it, finding interest in the game, maybe picking it up and all that. But yeah, so I've had a good time with it. So I'm going to go ahead and drop their link one more time. Station to station. The whole time we played, we didn't run into any bugs whatsoever. I don't think I ever got stuck where like I was mechanically fighting, trying to figure out how the game worked. We did have 1 or 2 times that like I made decisions in the game, like, oh crap, like I made the wrong decision there. But that's a puzzle game. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to make a mistake and go, oh crap, and then, you know, circle back and do it again. While you figure it out. Like I said, just proceeding the game, it seems like chill that unless you like really booger it up, you should be able to finish almost any puzzle. We didn't get to the way late game. It definitely was getting harder, so I suspect when we get down to like these last 2 ones, it probably actually gets hard. But obviously we didn't get there, so I don't know. But yeah, so that's been station to station. I had a good time with it. It's definitely one I can see playing kind of in my off. I just want to kind of chill thing. I don't think I'll end up streaming it a bunch more, just because puzzle games are kind of hard to stream for people to enjoy. And the good news is the way it works, I don't think it's direct enough that, unless someone's like watching the puzzle and doing the puzzle at the same time, I don't think as well as ones that like seeing me play the game are gonna be like, oh man, they spoiled the puzzle. Like Portal's one of those ones that if you watch it and you see someone solve the puzzle and you just know the answer now, it kind of ruins it. With how not strict the placement and all that is on this, unless you're going out of your way to watch someone solve the puzzle and copy it over, I don't think you have that. I'm going to actually check one thing real fast. I just want to see if it literally pulls up the same map or not. To see if it literally is the same thing every time. Okay, so remember that basic placement. We're going to exit to the menu. And we click on that again and see if it is literally the exact same placement. I think it will be. Okay, it is. So that's fine. So that does mean, technically, if you wanted to cheese the map and, like, just see someone else do it and you could copy them, that's fine. But, like I said, this didn't seem like the kind of game that you sit there and, you know, you look and go, oh, it was the button was hidden in the corner. It doesn't seem like that kind of game that once it's spoiled, it's spoiled. So I appreciate that as well. Now, with all that said, what we're going to end up doing now is we're going to be winding down on this. Like I said, I had a good time with it. Check out the link. Like, I know the link's this big block. Like, you can look at it. It just takes you to Steam. It's just that UTM. That basically just lets the devs know that you got there from here if you click on that link. But yeah, no, it's, I had a good time with this. I had a really good time. And you can turn the tutorial stuff off later on, and if you don't want them to collect analytics, you can turn that off too. But yeah, that's been a good game. I enjoyed it. So what we're going to go ahead and do now is I am going to be ending the recording for when I'm going to post this up on YouTube. So those of you who are going to check this out later on YouTube, goodbye YouTube land. Don't forget to like and subscribe and all that over there.